some more Parz? I got some videos. I found more Australian ones, but I'm gonna save those for another day. These are just random ones I found. Alright, please don't be too loud. Is it muted? It shouldn't be.
The kraken is a real animal, just not the one you think it is.
Who's that Pokemon?
The
You
whale!
see, when people hear tales of the kraken, they assume that a bunch of sailors in the oldie times got absolutely shit-faced and ran into a giant squid.
Yeah.
And to be fair, that's not a terrible assumption. Giant squid are f***ing kaiju-sized, coming in at 12 meters in length and 900 kilos in weight. So
Why?
the assumption that they saw that shit and rightly assumed sea monster isn't too far-fetched. However, there is a rather large hole in that giant squid theory. They don't live anywhere near the surface. They live down.
Down.
Way down.
Good.
Owning real estate at a depth of 1,000 meters below sea level in the Twilight Zone. So if these sailors didn't see Squidward's roided out brother, how the f*** do you explain the books of corroborating tales of long, tentacle-like appendages sticking out of the sea? Well, the answer is whales. But, where is the tentacle on a whale?
What?
Well, you see, during breeding
Tentacle?
season, blue whales reproduce by, conducting a locomotive on female whales.
Did you
And
know?
in order to keep this train running on the tracks, male whales must wait their turn. And while waiting in the lobby, in order to stay prepared, the males tend to, raise their gentleman's sausage out of the water and wave it around in the air. And the special
wanna
sausage
Google
on
that.
a blue whale is around 3 meters long and 14 inches thick. So, sailors who thought they were seeing a mythical monster from the depths were,
Is that the Loch Ness Monster?
more than likely just seeing a pot of whales hitting weapon inspect on their schmeat.
Yeah,
I don't want to Google it.
The kraken is a real animal.
He had the Galizia. The Galizia emote. No, that's okay. I don't want to Google it. I'll rely on the pictures that you just showed me. That's what I'll do. I'm good. I can spare not seeing that in my life, thank you.
This is one of the oldest creatures on the planet.
Who's that Pokemon?
we got a boomer.
Introducing
Boomer!
the horseshoe crab, found under the sea in the Atlantic, Indian, and Pacific
It's a
Oceans.
species.
And when I said old, I didn't mean individually. These little guys disconnect from the server at around age 40.
They look like cool, you know, walking around, but as soon as you get that thing and flip it over, it looks like freaking alien that's gonna plop up on your face.
And as far as their actual lives go, they're kind of boring. They're bottom feeders with zero offensive capability, and the only reason they have a tail is that without it, they would die if you flipped them onto their backs. No, when I say old, I mean as a species, because these things are walking fossils that have been running the exact same basic-ass build, completely unchanged, for millions of years. How many millions? Well,
Millions.
here is a list of events that this little guy's family tree has lived through. The fall of Rome. The evolution of humankind.
Go back, I want to be monkey.
The Ice
We're
Age.
just
God tossing a rock at the big-ass lizards.
Lizard.
Hell, this little fucker watched the first fish crawl onto land and was underwater when the first tree spawned. But I think the best way I can put this into perspective is that not unlike the way the Earth orbits the Sun orbits the Milky Way. Now, this process takes around 225 million years to complete. The horseshoe crab has done it Twice!
Twice?
This is one of the oldest creatures.
That's the extra boomer. Why is it so extra boomerish? Flipping stuff everywhere on my desk. Oh, lizard! Lizard! It's the reason Kabuto's a fossil mine. It makes sense. Looks just so like him. Get off. Thank you. Okay. I saw this one. It's not a lizard, it's a bird. It's a bird.
That isn't a tree. It's a fucking bird. Introducing the tawny frogmouth, a species of bird found in the land down under, and Australia's very own avian equivalent of a maxed out Skyrim
Why does it look like a duck and an owl mixed together?
stealth build. Now you may be thinking to yourself, well, it can't be that stealthy. I can see it. Yeah, you can.
Barely.
You can see that one. Did you see the one right fucking next to it?
That's the first one I saw.
Now, the important question is, why the fuck do these things have predator camo? Well, there's two reasons. First of all being, it's fucking Australia.
The death.
See, these bad boys are primarily nocturnal, staying on the move during the night and dive bombing unaware insects to meet their bulking goals.
Basically an owl.
However, that means that during the day, they sleep. And in a country where at any point you can be bitten, mauled, stung, or fucking drop-kicked to death,
Surrounded by the kangaroo.
laying down in the wrong spot can turn a short nap into the forever sleep.
What?
So, in order to prevent themselves from becoming an item on a snake's KFC order, these tactical chickens evolved the ghillie suit to basically allow them to fucking disappear. Being practically invisible allows them to unlock their second passive, fucking DoorDash.
DoorDash?
You see, these guys are so fucking good at cosplaying a stick that not only do
Good
predators mistake them for Groot, but so does their prey. And so, whenever they take a nap, they just leave their mouths open a little bit. And whenever some
Crowley.
poor ant just tries to walk his way to work, he instead DoorDashes himself directly into its fucking mouth.
So they're DoorDash receivers, not the actual DoorDashers.
That isn't a tree.
But what about like owls and stuff? Well, I guess they blend in with the trees and their surroundings and stuff. I guess, but what? I don't want to be part of the tree. I want to be my own stick. I'm gonna be part of my own stick, baby. Hi, Fazia.
Right now, kind of.
Oh, hold on.
That
I have different tabs. No, scrolling.
this turtle breathes through its butt.
See, I told you they
No,
breathe through
this
butts.
is not a joke. This is a Fitzroy River turtle, native to the land down under, and as with most of the shit found in God's Drafts folder, its existence begs a single question. Fucking why?
Why not?
Well, these little guys are freshwater bottom feeders,
Wait, they're that tiny? I thought they were going to be large.
snatching and consuming the children of aquatic insects and munching down on the occasional ribbonweed salad. And as with most river turtle species, this requires them to spend most of their time in the water. Now, rather than doing what most turtles do and developing an insane lung capacity, the Fitzroy decided to evolve a set of gills alongside their lungs to allow them to stay underwater for 3 weeks at a time.
3 weeks.
How are you?
3 weeks later.
I am under the water.
However, when placing the gills, God was absolutely fucking plastered. And instead of placing them on the neck like a normal animal, he slipped on a beer can and not only placed them on its ass, but inside of it. And you know what makes this even
Awful.
worse? Turtles do not have a single purpose hole like you or me. They have a cloaca, which is the fucking Swiss Army knife of holes. This means that Fitzroy River turtles shit, piss, breathe, and fucking mate out of the same hole.
They can smell it.
This turtle breathes.
You just end on that. You just smell everything. You smell from your cloaca. So it's not even through the butt, it's through its cloaca. You smell all that going on? I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Ugh. Tiny dog, what are you doing, tiny dog? Violence. It just looks so cute. I'm like, what? That bird can't be violent. What's wrong with it?
This bird is a serial killer.
Jesus Christ, you're the Bay Harbor Butcher.
I really hate that name.
Introducing the Shrike, a group of feathery friends found all over the world, including the land down under. Now, at first glance, you may be thinking to yourself, how could this sweet little guy be a vicious killer?
Yeah.
I mean, he's so tiny.
Oh.
They only grow up to around 30 centimetres and cap their weight out at 90 grams. And on top of being about as threatening as a fucking teddy bear, look at their claws. A shrike trying to end anything with its talons is like trying to stab a hippopotamus to death with a fucking pool noodle. Listen to the thing, it sings like it's on American Idol. It's a songbird, a branch geek. You'd never heard a fly. But I'm fucking onto you, Tweety.
You give me the fucking creeps, you know that, Dexter?
You may have everyone else fooled, but I know exactly what you are, because shrikes actually have another name. They're called fucking butcher birds.
Butcher bird?
Yeah, that's right. The Dexter jokes actually had a fucking point. Now, you see, when the Bay Harbor butcher bird wants to hunt, they first start by selecting a target.
Tonight's the night.
Now, unlike Dexter, their code tells them they can eat whatever the fuck they want. Insects, mice, fuck me, even
Lizard.
And once they pick their meal, they wait for the right moment and swoop on it. Now, while those claws might be fucking useless, they do have a signature weapon. That tiny hook on the end of their beak. And once they land on their victim, they slide that hook into its neck, perfectly slotting between their vertebrae and severing their fucking spinal cord. But
What?
converting their prey into a vegetable isn't enough. No. These sick fucks keep trophies. Once they have paralyzed their prey and shattered its spine, they will fly its corpse back to their larder, which is either a thorn bush or a fucking barbed wire fence. And once they get home, they fucking impale them. They will then leave that corpse there for days, occasionally biting chunks out of it, eating it like leftovers from the fucking fridge. Dexter collected blood slides. These fuckers create kebabs.
Oh.
This bird is a serial killer.
That's terrifying. Excuse me? Why are like some cute animals like, oh, look at me, I'm so adorable, tee hee, I'm going to skewer you now? What? I'm putting your body on display? Blech. That's so weird. It's so cute though. But it's so cute. Apparently I picked another one. Oh, I may try to get my long pants again because I am so cold, man. I'm so cold. Vampire is a vampire bird, so does it suck blood too?
This bird is a vampire. Introducing the vampire groundfinch, native to the Galapagos Islands, and a great example of the horrifying affronts to the universe that evolution can produce when it decides to do a little trolling. Now you see, at first glance, this is the most boring vampire you can possibly imagine. Coming in at a measly 12 centimeters and a mere 20 grams in weight.
Ooh,
baby.
that's kind of small.
Rocking a feather pattern I can best describe as a Minecraft dirt block, and as it turns out, the bastards that wrote Twilight lied to me because it doesn't even fucking sparkle.
This is the
No,
skin
it
of
doesn't.
a killer, Bill.
So if it's missing fangs, angst, a cape, and the funny accent,
You must bounce on it.
How does it qualify as a vampire? Simple. Drinks a shitload of blood. You see,
How does it
most birds
drink?
eat seeds and insects, and while the vampire finch can eat those too, there is a problem. They live on an island, and that island is very small. In fact, they're only found on 2 of the Galapagos Islands, and small islands means a far smaller amount of that food to go around. To the point where these finches can't rely on it as their sole source, which for a bird usually isn't a problem, because, you know, they don't need a plane ticket to just f off and fly somewhere. However, as the name suggests, the vampire ground finch can't fly for shit.
Oh.
So, how do they get their food? They suck it out of someone that can. This, don't laugh, is the Nazca booby. Hey, stop giggling back there. Another species of bird native to the islands. They are very strong flyers that feed on fish. They also nest on the islands, which is where our feathery Nosferatu comes to play. You see, when the boobies, stop giggling, come to roost, the vampire finch will sneak over and hop onto their back. Then, using their razor-sharp beak, they will poke a very small, borderline painless hole into one of the bird's flight feathers. Once the blood is flowing freely, the vampire finch gorge themselves on it. See, as it turns out, blood is macro-friendly. And considering these things are living creatures, they just make more blood. In essence, giving the vampire finch an infinite food source.
Drinking
In
from
fact,
the
they
booby.
can get so much blood from these birds, it is not uncommon to see multiple finches sucking from the same booby.
Oh!
I'm sorry, I can't say that shit without cracking.
Second from the boobies.
This bird is a vampire.
Just say it. You know you want to. Thank you for the follow. All my stuff is so messed up. Say it. Very, very sad. Oh, oh. Why are animals terrifying? Why are, especially the cute little ones? Why are they so scary? It doesn't make any sense. But they're supposed to be cute. Why are they creepy? Why are they sucking? Ugh. I can't handle. I have to look away. I can't do the blood stuff. In the land of Earthrim. Hello, potion seller. I am going into battle, and I want your strongest potions. My potions are too strong for you, traveler. Potion seller, I am telling you, I need your strongest potions. I'm going into battle. I'm going into battle, and I need your strongest potions. My strongest potions would kill you, traveler. You can't handle my strongest potions. You better go to a seller that sells weaker potions. Potion seller, what do I have to tell you to get your potions? Why won't you trust me with your strongest potions? Potion seller, I need them if I'm going to be successful in battle. My dear traveler, the only way I will sell you my potions is if you use code SPIT at checkout to save 10% off of your purchase. That is the only way. Then it shall be done. I will use code SPIT at checkout to save 10% off of my purchase. Thank you. And the traveler went and won their battle with the help of the amazing GamerSupps.